Jake had been a proud owner of his 5 German Shepherd dogs, which he walked multiple times a day. While walking, your dogs isn't all that strange. There was just something about Jake his neighbors couldn't quite place. It didn't take long for people to notice that he was doing something unusual. But what exactly? One of his neighbors simply couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Following Jake, the neighbor was soon frozen in shock. They couldn't believe their eyes. It wasn't unusual for the neighborhood to see Jake walking his 5 German Shepherd dogs. He did it 3 to 4 times a day and had a strict routine. In the mornings, he walked for about 15 minutes, and in the evenings, he walked for about 20 minutes. The thing was, he never walked the same route twice. He always chose another route. The whole neighborhood knew who Jake was, or at least, they knew him as the German Shepherd guy. When he first moved into the street, many of the neighbors thought Jake to be a very neat guy who just liked to stick to his routine. They didn't think much else of it. But Jake's direct neighbor, Mrs. Goodhart, wasn't so easy to fool. Mrs. Goodhart found his need for routine a little strange, especially with having 5 German Shepherd dogs. His house had to be full of hair, broken furniture, or chewed-up shoes, she had thought. But she quickly realized that her neighbor had trained the German Shepherds very well. They didn't even walk on a leash. They just stuck to their owner's side like glue. After a few months of Jake living in his new neighborhood, Mrs. Goodhart had many more neighbors on her side. They all thought there was something strange about Jake, but they just couldn't pinpoint what. Mrs. Goodhart was a 70-year-old lady, so she couldn't do much about it. But there was one neighbor who could. Stephen, the 17-year-old grandson of Mrs. Goodhart. Living a few houses down the street with his mother, Stephen was well acquainted with Jake and his dogs. In a neighborhood where gossip about Jake was rampant, Stephen decided to uncover the truth behind the rumors. One morning, impulsively, he decided to follow Jake, eager to understand if there was more to Jake's behavior than mere routines. Putting on his shoes and coat, Stephen feigned nonchalance, pretending to check his mailbox while keeping an eye on Jake's movements. He discreetly followed Jake, hoping to maintain a safe distance without being noticed. This unexpected decision to spy on someone was out of character for Stephen, known for confronting problems head-on. Without informing his mother of his departure, Stephen nervously pursued Jake. However, his heart sank when Jake abruptly stopped, scanning the surroundings. Stephen, fearing discovery, hid behind a car. To his surprise, one of Jake's dogs locked eyes with him. Panicking, Stephen retreated, contemplating the situation he had landed himself in. Resuming the pursuit, Stephen hastened after Jake. When Jake turned into a street, Stephen sprinted to the corner, only to find the street deserted. Puzzled, Stephen explored the area, unable to locate Jake. Following his instincts guided by a distant dog bark, he arrived at an abandoned storage facility. The dilapidated building, secured with a padlocked fence, raised questions about Jake's activities. Circumventing the building, Stephen discovered a gap in the fence with dog hair that matched Jake's German Shepherds. Concerned about trespassing and potential legal consequences, Stephen hesitated. As he contemplated his next move, he overheard Jake approaching. Concealing himself behind a dumpster, Stephen observed Jake climbing through the gap while talking on the phone, expressing disappointment and frustration about something lost. The mysterious situation deepened, leaving Stephen grappling with ethical dilemmas and growing curiosity about Jake's hidden activities. Wondering about the nature of Jake's secretive conversations, Stephen contemplates whether Jake is pursuing someone or something. However, one of Jake's dogs growls and notices Stephen, creating a tense moment before Jake whistles and the dog retreats. Stephen, relieved, contemplates entering the dilapidated building to discover Jake's activities, but is interrupted by his mother's urgent calls and returns home. Fueled by determination, Stephen waits for Jake's morning walk the next day. When Jake heads in a different direction, Stephen rushes outside, prompting his mother's inquiries. Undeterred, Stephen remains committed to monitoring Jake, exploring the storage facility during the day in hopes of finding clues about Jake's mysterious operations. As Stephen observes Jake's secretive meetings, he wonders about the identities of the individuals involved. and the significance of the exchanged items. The cryptic nature of the transactions deepens Steven's curiosity and strengthens his resolve to uncover the truth behind Jake's activities. Overhearing a mysterious phone conversation, Steven becomes intrigued by Jake's discussions of location, timing, and description, sensing that Jake might be orchestrating something significant. With each secret meeting, Steven acts like a detective, piecing together fragments of the puzzle and inching closer to a breakthrough. As Steven accumulates information during clandestine meetings, he senses that he's getting closer to unraveling Jake's activities. Eavesdropping on a phone call, he listens to Jake discussing crucial details in a cryptic manner, realizing that he might be on the brink of unveiling the truth about Jake's mysterious operations. Keeping a close watch on Jake, Steven admires the discipline of Jake's dogs, recognizing their unwavering loyalty as an integral part of Jake's mission. Witnessing one of the dogs expertly track a scent, Steven's curiosity intensifies, motivating him to uncover the truth about Jake's operations. Driven by obsession, Steven's proximity to Jake increases, risking exposure. In a tense moment, he accidentally makes noise, prompting a vigilant dog's growl. Jake dismisses it, attributing the disturbance to the dog's reaction to a small animal. Steven remains concealed, continuing his secretive surveillance. Exploring Jake's car, Steven discovers pet toys and leashes, raising questions about their connection to Jake's mysterious activities. Deep within the storage facility, he finds a concealed cache of lost pet posters, adding layers to the enigma. As he witnesses more displays of the dog's scent tracking abilities, Steven becomes captivated by the intricate operation he is determined to unveil. As Steven contemplates Jake's covert mission, he marvels at the dog's exceptional training and loyalty. Each day brings new mysteries, fueling his determination to unravel the truth. The connection between Jake and his dogs becomes more apparent, making Steven wonder about the depth of their training and their role in Jake's secretive endeavors. Witnessing another impressive display of the dog's tracking skills, Steven realizes their significance in Jake's covert mission. The bond between Jake and his dogs deepens Steven's admiration, pushing him to connect the dots between their abilities and Jake's activities. The puzzle seems to come together, but the complete truth remains elusive. Growing suspicion compels Steven to confront Jake, unable to resist seeking answers. While the puzzle of Jake's secret life appears to unravel slowly, the full truth remains elusive, leaving Steven with more questions than answers. As Steven's curiosity turns to suspicion, he decides it's time to confront Jake about the mystery surrounding his activities. The impending conversation weighs heavily on him, but he's ready to bring the ongoing mystery into the open. During the conversation, Jake starts revealing the true nature of his mission, providing more details about his secret profession. While the puzzle pieces begin to fall into place, there are still missing gaps waiting to be filled. The mystery deepens even as it starts to unravel. Jake shares insights into his unusual line of work, shedding light on his daily activities and the significance of his highly trained dogs. As Steven listens, he eagerly tries to understand the full scope of Jake's enigmatic life. Steven's curiosity is piqued again as he discovers pet toys and leashes in Jake's car, wondering how they fit into the larger picture of Jake's mission. In his exploration of the storage facility, he stumbles upon a stash of lost pet posters, deepening his understanding of the importance of Jake's work. As Steven pieces together the clues and information gathered throughout his surveillance, the fragments of the puzzle slowly start to form a coherent picture, though many questions linger unanswered. Connecting more dots, Steven grasps the true scope of Jake's mission and its significance. What once seemed mysterious and suspicious now takes on a noble and compassionate light. With newfound clarity, Steven decides to offer his assistance to Jake in his pet detective endeavors, believing their collaboration could make a formidable team. The two companions agree to work together, planning their first mission to solve pet-related mysteries in their community. Embarking on their journey, Steven and Jake tackle their first case, a missing dog named Max. Their collaborative efforts, combining Steven's youthful enthusiasm with Jake's expertise, make them a formidable team in the quest to reunite Max with his owner. Each step they take brings them closer to their goal, with their commitment to the mission remaining unwavering. After relentless searching and following leads, Steven and Jake successfully locate Max hiding in a nearby park. The heartwarming reunion with his overjoyed owner is a testament to dedication and the bond between pets and their owners. The owner's tears of joy and Max's ecstatic tail wagging create a touching scene, reaffirming the profound connection between pets and their owners. Steven and Jake find immense satisfaction in their mission, with the shared happiness between the owner and Max reflecting the positive impact they've made. Word quickly spreads about Jake's pet detective work and Max's successful reunion, reshaping the community's perception. Jake is now admired for his dedication, and his reputation as a pet detective grows. In celebration of their achievements, the community organizes a lively party filled with laughter, food, and music. It marks a moment of shared happiness and gratitude for Jake and Steven's invaluable contributions to the neighborhood. The celebration not only acknowledges their success, but dispels lingering suspicions about Jake's activities. The neighborhood recognizes the noble cause he champions, replacing doubts with trust and admiration. With a growing reputation and unwavering community support, Jake and Steven embark on a new chapter in their partnership. Eager to extend their helping hand to more pet owners in need, they find fulfillment and purpose in their shared commitment. The story concludes with the satisfaction of reuniting lost pets and their owners, bringing happiness, relief, and hope to all involved. Jake and Steven find deep meaning and purpose in their mission, creating a legacy of compassion and teamwork that continues to make a difference in the lives of those they touch.